Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. We know that if you are preparing for any competitive exam including IRDI Grade A, previous year questions play a very important role. They help you to understand trend, pattern, difficulty level with respect to that particular examination. As a part of this video, we are going to discuss ESI impacting insurance paper, which is I would say paper 2 of your phase 2, right? I hope you already know that. So we are going to discuss this with respect to 2023. I would say 2024 PYQs have already been discussed as a part of separate video, so you can check it out on our YouTube channel, but this is specifically going to be regarding 2023. I hope it is clear to you, and it is going to be very helpful for those aspirants who are at the awareness stage. And in case if you want to download free ebook with respect to PYQs, you can go to the description box, you can click over the link and you can download it from there. I hope it is clear to you. Now first of all, let us go through the first subsection as a part of this paper 2, ESI impacting insurance. And if you see this first subsection, you can see that over here you had to attempt 3 questions out of 5 questions, right? So out of 5 you had to attempt 3 questions, and each question carries 24 marks, and you had to write your answer in 250 words. This is the clarity that I want you to have. Apart from that, I also want you to know that for 250 words questions in the examination, that is in paper 2 of phase 2, you will be getting, I would say, 3 pages only. And within these 3 pages only, you will have to attempt your answer. You won't be getting any extra sheet as a part of the examination. This is something that I want you to remember, right? So you have to utilize this space in a right manner, and because in case if you're not able to do so, you won't be able to present your quality answer as a part of the examination. I hope you are clear with that. Now let us move on to the first question, which is I would say 24 marker question of 250 words, right? So the first question is, with reference to Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, highlight the main objective and issues related to this scheme. Now if I talk about this question, let me tell you that in 2023 a good amount of weightage was given to scheme based questions. Unlike 2024, I would say in 2024 only one scheme was asked, but in 2023 your ESI impacting insurance, a lot of questions were asked related to schemes. So it makes a lot of sense that if you are preparing for 2025, then you must prepare schemes, right? The topmost priority shall be given to those type of schemes that are related to insurance sector, but that does not mean that you will cover only those type of schemes, right? You have to look into other schemes also, but the topmost priority should be given to those schemes that are related to insurance sector, right? Because a lot of such questions are asked as a part of the examination. So you can see it over here that this question is also related to insurance sector only. This scheme is related to insurance, and the scheme is regarding, I would say, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, right? And as you can see, the question is asking directly about the key objectives and the issues that are related to this scheme, right? In a very similar manner, you had to firstly write your introduction, I would say, very precisely, because the thing is that even if the question is of 250 words, you don't have to beat around the bush. You have to be as precise as possible so that you can exactly meet the demand of the question. And likewise, you can start your introduction by defining that what is Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So we know that it is a government backed crop insurance schemes that aims to provide financial support to farmers in the event of crop loss due to natural calamities, pests and diseases, right? So you can define in a very simple manner that what this scheme is all about. You can write the broad vision regarding the scheme. Afterwards, you can write the first part of the question, which is regarding the objectives, right? So in the objective, you can write in a very simple manner different points that are there. For example, it aims to provide the financial support, then it aims to stabilize the income, then it encourages innovation and also the affordable premiums, right? So whatever the I would say precise objectives that are there as a part of the schemes, you have to write them. Then secondly, you have to write the issues also. For example, delayed claims regarding low awareness, then the private insurance issues and the crop coverage gaps also. Now I'm not reading each and every point one by one, because I would say you can read it on your own. It is not something that is very technical in nature, and that is also not the agenda behind this video. The agenda is not to explain you what this scheme is all about. The agenda is that how you could have framed your answer and how you could have structured your answer. Now the point is that just a word of, I would say, additional information that I would like to share. If the question in the examination is of 250 words, right, it means that basically you will be provided with 3 pages and you have enough flexibility, right? You can write good amount of points as a part of your answer. Now let us say you are done with the introduction and you are done with the objectives, right? And after that you have done with the issues also. Now some, I would say, space is left as a part of your answer sheet, and afterwards, once you are done with these objective and issues, you can, what you can do, you can write something extra also. Why I'm saying something extra? Because it will basically act as a source of value addition. Now I'm not saying that you have to put any I would say extra piece of information when the question is of 80 words only, or maybe it is a 5 marker question. You don't have to do it over there, because over there the time is already very much limited and the space is also very much limited. But in these questions, where you have to write your answer within 250 words or maybe 300 words, and you have 3 pages to write your answer, my suggestion is that if any kind of issue is asked as a part of the question, after issue you should write the solution also, or I should say the way forward also, that what can be done as a part of way forward in order to resolve these issues, right? Because then your answer will become, I would say, more complete, and your answer will become more appealing and solution oriented nature. Now you have two choices. Either what you can do, either you can put a separate heading with respect to solutions or maybe way forward, and then you can put some bullet points and you can write your answer. And the second choice is that basically you can write those things as a part of a conclusion also. In your conclusion only, you can write the way forward, that so and so can be done, we can address the delays by so and so method, right? So and so advancements can be taken by the government in order to solve these issues. So you can do likewise, right? It will add more value to your answer, and I would say it will make your answer more appealing. I hope it is clear to you. But the point is that if you're running short of time, if the time is already limited, you're running short of time, then don't go for it. Then just write in a simple plain manner whatever has been asked as a part of the question, so that basically you don't write others answers in an incomplete manner, right? But this is just a value addition that you can do if you have some time left as a part of your answer, right? So that is about this first question. And apart from that, of course, you can write some conclusion also, where you can write some solution oriented, or I would say futuristic conclusion as a part of it. That is something that you can do. Now moving on to the second question. Second question is also regarding schemes only, right? It is regarding Ayushman Bharat scheme. So you can see यहाँ पर भी insurance based scheme ही पूछी हुई है, that is related to health insurance, and you can see it over here that the Ayushman Bharat scheme was established to provide affordable and accessible healthcare to families. Discuss the benefits and challenges faced under this scheme. So of course, firstly, you will have to talk about the benefits and you have to talk about challenges, and if you have enough space and enough time, then what you can do, you can write some type of solutions also that are there with respect to the challenges, right? Though it is not mandatory, but if you have time and if you will write it, of course it will add a good amount of value to your answer, right? So very easy to answer. Firstly, what you have to do, you have to write some introduction where you will give some background information regarding Ayushman Bharat scheme, right? You can define what this scheme is all about, and you can also write some data that up to what extent this scheme has been able to provide benefits to different type of beneficiaries, right? You can write about that. And my suggestion is that in case if you are preparing for I would say these topics that are a part of insurance or maybe ESI impacting insurance, I want you to collect a good amount of data also. What could be the source of that, I would say, data? I would say the best source can be IRDAI annual report. This report is very important. I would say a lot of direct questions are also asked in the descriptive paper from this annual report, and this report is also going to serve you the data also that you need to remember, that you need to retain as a part of your examination, right? Because you will be able to present the data and it is going to add value to your answer. So this type of data you can easily find. It in this IRDAI annual report. So please go through this report also, so that you have good enough value added information. Apart from data, you can collect some good examples also, that again is going to enhance the quality of your answer. So the next, what we have to do, we have to start a body part. You will talk about the benefits that this Ayushman Bharat scheme provides. So you can talk about financial protection, then the accessibility, then you can see the comprehensive coverage and the health and wellness centers that this schemes aims to provide, right? Then you can talk about the present challenges that are there. For example, the awareness and utilization. You can see that wherever possible, you can write this type of data. This type of data can be written wherever it is possible, right? You can write some data, you can write some factual information, you can write some example, right? Whatever information you have, so that the quality of your answer get enhanced and you are able to get maximum marks out of it, right? So that is the major objective. Once you are done with the challenges, as I told you, you can add the solutions of the challenges also. Though I have not written it over here, right? But I'm adding this information that what you can do, you can put a separate heading and in a very precise manner. Don't try to over elaborate it, right? Don't try to over elaborate. Don't try to write it in this manner, heading, subheading, all such kind of information, because of course this is a kind of value addition information not directly asked as a part of the question. If you will try to over elaborate things, then you will run out of time, right? So you won't be able to complete the rest of the questions. So what you can do, you can just draw a flowchart like this, maybe way forward like this, or you can write some solution, right? Whatever heading you want to give, and you can draw flow chart like this. You can draw this, just these 4 arrows, and you can write point number 1 very precisely, point number 2 very precisely, point number 3 very precisely, and in a very brief manner point 4 also, and then you can end it with a good conclusion, right? So this is what you can do, because of course we know that in IRDI we don't have to type our answer, unlike exams like RBI and NABARD, right? Over there you have this flexibility, you're using pen and paper, so you can draw these type of flow charts so that eventually you are able to add value to your answer. I hope it is clear to you. And lastly, you can write a short conclusion. Again, the conclusion should be, I would say, solution oriented nature. It should be futuristic in nature. You can write some acronym also, if it has been given by the government, right? You can talk about some vision of the government also, if the government has released any kind of document that talks about the vision of the government regarding the insurance sector. So इस तरह के अगर आपके पास कुछ स्लोगन्स होंगे, कुछ एक्रोनिम्स होंगे, आप उसको फ्रेम कर सकते हो अपने आंसर में, जो ऑफ कोर्स आपके आंसर की क्वालिटी को एनहांस करेगा. I hope it is clear. Now the third question. So up till now we have seen 2 questions, and what we have noticed that 2 questions were directly from the schemes only. Were those schemes difficult? I would say no. पहली स्कीम थी फसल बीमा योजना, जो कि आप करंट अफेयर्स में करते ही करते हो अगर आप किसी भी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, द सेकंड वाज, I would say, it is also very much, I would say, popular schemes. We know about Ayushman Bharat already, right? So that is the idea. So you have to cover schemes if you are preparing for 2025 examination. Now let us look at the next question. So suppose an insurance company A is a leader in providing life and health insurance products in country X, right? And an insurance company A is a leader in providing life and health insurance products in country X. And country X has recently experienced a significant decline in young population, right? I hope you are able to analyze the question. So it is saying that there is an insurance company A in country X, right? And it is saying that this company A is the leader in providing what? In providing life insurance as well as the health insurance. And now it is saying that this country X has recently experienced a significant decline in young population, right? And that has impacted the insurance company A, right? Discuss the impact of various age structures. Discuss the impact of various age structures on insurance industry. So what type of age structure? For example, you can talk about the young population, right? You can talk about the age old population, right? Age population that is there. Within this you can talk about, I would say, within this you can talk about men and women also, right? You can segregate into men and women. What could be the impact on men? What could be the impact of women, right? So you can talk about it. For example, if the country is losing its youth population, it means that country is losing a demographic dividend. What is going to happen if the youth population is going down? It basically means that the health based risk, I would say, the health based risk is going to get increased, right? So what the people are going to do, the claims that are there with respect to the health insurance industry, they are going to get increased further on. So that could be an impact of that. So similarly, you have to create points with respect to the young population. You can create the point with respect to age population, right? This is what you have to do. So young population, middle age population, and age population. Within this you can talk about, I would say, the different stakeholders also. For example, you can talk about men and women. You can talk about those insurers who come from the different sections of the society. For example, the farmers, right? You can talk about that too, right? So all these kind of parameters can be discussed as a part of the answers. For example, regarding young population, you can say that the young adults are more likely to purchase health and motor insurance as they start their careers and family, right? So you can talk about that. Apart from that, the middle age population, as individuals enter the middle years, the demand for life insurance and pension plan increases, right? So you can talk about this age group too. Then you can talk about the aging population, that as the population start getting aged, we know that the demand for health insurance get increases. We also need long term insurance and annuities. So based on that, you can frame the points that what is going to be the impact on that one by one, keeping in mind the different type of stakeholders. I hope it is clear to you, right? So very easy to answer. You just had to discuss the different stakeholders with respect to the this company A, which is dealing with the life insurance and the health insurance, right? So you can talk about that. I hope it is clear to you. Then you can finish your answer with a good conclusion. As a part of the conclusion, you can talk about, I would say, what could be the long-term policies that can be taken by the country, right? That can be taken by the country or that economy in order to regulate the insurance sector, so the insurance sector is able to flourish, right? Insurance sector is able to flourish. Apart from that, basically the dependents that are there, or I should say the insurers that are there, they also get the full benefit out of it. So keeping in mind, the government need to promote such type of policies, right? So that is something, such type of conclusion you can write as a part of it. Then the next question is, I would say, a very dynamic question that is related to current affairs. So the COVID-19 pandemic significantly disrupted global economies and all industries including insurance. Explain the positive and negative impact of COVID-19 on insurance. तो अभी तक हमने तीन चीजें देख ली. सबसे पहले स्कीम बेस्ड क्वेश्चन पूछे हैं, ठीक है, सो स्कीम्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट. सेकंड क्वेश्चन क्या पूछा है? सिचुएशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन पूछा है, और मैं कहूंगा सिचुएशन बेस्ड भी नहीं है ये क्वेश्चन जो मैं बोलूंगा क्वेश्चन 2, ये ईएसआई इंपैक्टिंग इंश्योरेंस से थोड़ा कम रेलेवेंट है और इंश्योरेंस से मैनेजमेंट के पेपर थोड़ा कम रेलेवेंट है. बिकॉज अगर आपने इंश्योरेंस पेपर में हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस आप जानते हो, लाइफ इंश्योरेंस आप जानते हो, तो इस क्वेश्चन को आप थोड़ा अच्छे से हैंडल कर पाओगे, राइट? दैट व्हाट इज द इंपैक्ट ऑन द सोसाइटी, राइट? और जो थर्ड क्वेश्चन हमने देखा, वो हमने देखा कि कोविड-19 का अगेन क्या आ गया, करंट अफेयर बेस्ड क्वेश्चन आ गया. एंड इफ यू हैव सीन द एनालिसिस वीडियो विद रिस्पेक्ट टू इंश्योरेंस एंड मैनेजमेंट पेपर, वहां पर आपने ये देखा होगा कि जो क्वेश्चंस है वो बहुत ही स्टैटिक बेस्ड होते हैं, बट यहां पर आप देखोगे जो क्वेश्चन है उसका नेचर बहुत ज्यादा डायनेमिक है, राइट? सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू हैव टू पुट इनटू कंसिडरेशन विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द डिमांड ऑफ दिस पेपर, एंड यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर करंट अफेयर्स आल्सो, द डायनेमिक थिंग्स. फॉर एग्जांपल, we have seen that as a part of the current affairs, the government has increased the FDI. The government has increased the FDI with respect to insurance sector, right? It is 100%. So that could be the type of question that can be asked as a part of this paper. So you have to cover all this type of portions as a part of it, so that basically you can meet the demand of the examination regarding this paper. तो ये भी आप देखो वो डायनेमिक क्वेश्चन है COVID-19 के regarding that COVID-19 pandemic has a profound impact on global economies and industries, including the insurance sector. And the pandemic posed it posed different type of challenges, which also created opportunities as well as the different type of challenges too. And after that, you can start the body of your answer. So, what is the first impact? First is going to be the positive impact. The positive impact is that basically because the COVID-19 was there, so basically it increased the demand for health and life insurance companies, right? Apart from that, it also increased the digital transformation, right? Basically a lot of digital we know that the digital transformation has happened as an impact of COVID-19 in different type of sectors. It happened in case of edtech also, right? In the education sector, we know that online education got increased drastically. Then we have also seen in case of health sector also how the technology got infused into health sector, and how the digital transformation happened in this sector also. In a very similar manner, in the insurance sector also this happened, right? So the digital transformation is also, I would say, an important impact with respect to this COVID-19. Then the product innovation, because the digital transformation happened, then the company started innovating their products also. For example, COVID specific health insurance plans that were brought by the government. So all these kind of things basically were a part of the positive impact. Though I would say the positive impacts were very limited, तो यहाँ पर पॉइंट्स जनरेट करना थोड़ा सा चैलेंजिंग होता है एग्जाम में प्रेशर लाइक सिचुएशंस में, बट कहीं ना कहीं कुछ ना कुछ आप लिख के आ सकते थे. और नेगेटिव इंपैक्ट हमें पता है बताना थोड़ा आसान है एज कम्पेयर टू पॉजिटिव इंपैक्ट, क्योंकि यहाँ पर हमें पता है कि क्लेम्स इंक्रीज हो गए, राइट? तो जब क्लेम्स इंक्रीज हो गए तो इसकी वजह से बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर जनरेट हो गया इंश्योरेंस कंपनी पे, क्योंकि नेचुरली जब बहुत ही हाई इंटेंसिटी में क्लेम्स आने लगे तो इंश्योरेंस कंपनी को भी अपने फंड मैनेज करने होते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ दैट, राइट? एंड यू कैन सी फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू टॉक अबाउट LIC, it reported a 35% increase in the death claims in 2020, and this surge in claims has strained the financial resource of the insurance company. Then the economic uncertainty also, the economic downturn that was caused by the pandemic, it resulted in the reduced disposable income for many, leading to lower premium collection, right? So economic, because of a GDP was also hampered as a part of it. Then the third is operational challenges, because we know that कोविड के टाइम वर्क फ्रॉम होम ये सब चीजें ज्यादा हो गई थी, और जो इंस्टीट्यूशंस थे वो समय अडेप्ट भी नहीं हुए थे. आई वुड से ये जो uncertain situation that was created as a part of COVID-19, so that adaptation also took a lot of time, and because of this lockdown and social distancing, I would say there were different type of, I would say, operational challenges also, right? So with respect to this insurance institutions, so that could be another type of negative impact that you can write as a part of it. And lastly, you can write some आई वुड से कंक्लूजन ऑल्सो, बट अगेन क्योंकि मैंने कहा कि ये 300 वर्ड का आंसर था, अगर आपको जिसमें और ऐड करना चाहते हो तो आप वे फॉरवर्ड भी लिख सकते हो कि यार आगे आने वाली सिचुएशन में कंट्रीज को या इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर को किस तरह I would say initiatives लेने चाहिए so that basically they can be prepared in advance with respect to such type of, I would say, uncertainties. So that can also be added as a part of it. I would say a third body part you can write as a part of this answer. The last question is discuss what is principle of utmost good faith and principle of indemnity. Now this is a question I would say that is not related to your ESI impacting insurance. और यहाँ पर मैं आपको एक एक्स्ट्रा इन्फॉर्मेशन देना चाहूंगा आई वुड से IRDAI ग्रेड के IRDAI ग्रेड पेपर के रिगार्डिंग. द पॉइंट इज दैट बेसिकली अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स यू वुड ऑब्जर्व दैट in IRDAI grade A paper, what they do, a lot of time they will ask paper 2 questions in paper 3 and paper 3 questions इन पेपर 2. तो ये बहुत बार आप देखोगे, अगर आप इंश्योरेंस एंड मैनेजमेंट का पेपर भी उठा के देखोगे, वहां पर आपको कभी कभी ऐसे क्वेश्चन दिख जाएंगे, आप बोलोगे यार ये तो इस पेपर का पार्ट ही नहीं है, तो यहां पर ये क्यों पूछ लिया, ये तो पेपर 2 में पूछना चाहिए था. तो ये वो ऐसा होता है IRDAI के पेपर में. तो मैं चाहता हूं कि आप इसके लिए मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड रहो, और ये क्वेश्चन भी उसका एग्जांपल है. अगर आप इंश्योरेंस का अपना सिलेबस उठा के देखोगे, वहां पर आपको प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इंश्योरेंस सबसे पहला टॉपिक दिखाई देगा, बट ये पूछा कहां पर है, पूछा हुआ है पेपर 2 में, जबकि सिलेबस में पेपर 3 के आता है. सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू नीड टू नो, राइट. सो फर्स्टली आप एक इंट्रोडक्शन दे सकते हो where you can briefly highlight about these principles of insurance, and after that in a very simple manner you can discuss these principles, right. You can talk about this principle, that what does it include, you can talk about the features, you can write the example also. एग्जाम्पल से बहुत अच्छी वैल्यू एडिशन होती है, राइट. एक अच्छा सा एग्जाम्पल लिख दो जिससे कि ऑफ कोर्स यू विल बी एबल टू राइट अ बेटर क्वालिटी वर्जन ऑफ योर आंसर, राइट. देन यू कैन टॉक अबाउट प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इंडेमनिटी ऑल्सो. यहां पर भी स्पेसिफिक फीचर लिखिए दैट व्हाट दिस इंडेमनिटी प्रिंसिपल, and you can write some kind of I would say different features, and then you can write some example, right. That how basically it is implemented in a real life scenario. So this is how basically you can approach this question, and lastly you can write the conclusion that how it is crucial in order to sustain the ethical operations as a part of the insurance services, right. So this is how you can complete this answer. तो अगर आपको किसी क्वेश्चन के रिगार्डिंग अगर आप अनकंफर्टेबल भी हो, जैसे कि कोई हो सकता है जिसको यार नहीं आ रहा कोविड-19 में क्या पॉइंट लिखने हैं, या फिर ये आप डिफरेंट इंपैक्ट्स नहीं लिख पा रहे हो ए स्ट्रक्चर के रिगार्डिंग, बट द गुड साइड इज दैट कि आपको 5 में से 3 ही क्वेश्चन करने थे. तो अगर आपने फसल बीमा योजना करंट अफेयर में पढ़ा है तो आप ये लिख सकते थे, आयुष्मान भारत पढ़ा है तो आप ये लिख सकते थे, राइट. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट let us say if you have studied this I would say this principles of insurance, जो कि एक बहुत ही बेसिक स्टैटिक टॉपिक है इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर से, राइट. इंश्योरेंस के आपके सिलेबस में दिया है, तो आप ये 3 क्वेश्चन आराम से अटेम्प्ट कर सकते थे आउट ऑफ दिस 5 क्वेश्चन. सो आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू यू. नाउ लेट अस मूव ऑन टू द सबसेक्शन 2 of this paper 2, that is part 2, right. So over here they had asked you, they had given you 4 questions, right. So these 4 questions you have to attempt, and each question carried I would say 7 marks as a part of it. So let us see them one by one, that what were the questions that were added as a part of this subsection 2 of this paper 2. So the first question was regarding, I would say, discuss the key functions of underwriting in insurance. Now please remember that you had to write this answer in 80 words only, and in the real examination for 80 words they will provide you 1 page, right. So this is how it goes. For 80 words they will provide you 1 page, for 100 words they'll provide you 1 page, for I would say 150 words they'll provide you 1.5 page, right. For 250 words they will provide you 3 pages, and I would say for 300 words answer again they will provide you 3 pages only, right. So that's how it works, and this is something that you need to know. Now apart from that I would say if the question is of less than 80 words then they will provide you 0.5 page only, यानी कि आधा पेज देंगे आपको लिखने के लिए, थोड़ी सी स्पेस देंगे जहां पे आपको आंसर लिखना होगा. तो 80 वर्ड्स का है तो एक ही पेज मिलेगा, so you have to make sure that you are writing your answer very precisely, right. You are writing your answer very precisely, and you cannot beat around the bush, जो कि आप 250 वर्ड्स पे कर रहे थे. वहां पर आप थोड़ा बहुत आपके फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी थी कि आप यहाँ वहां की बात कर सकते हो, आप थोड़ा वे फॉरवर्ड बता सकते हो, सोल्यूशन बता सकते हो, राइट. इवन इफ नहीं भी पूछा हुआ है, बट यहाँ पर आपको वही लिखना है जो पूछा हुआ है. तो अगर फंक्शन पूछे हैं अंडर राइटिंग है तो सीधा सबसे पहले अंडर राइटिंग डिफाइन करो, एंड आफ्टर दैट राइट द फंक्शंस, राइट. सो यू कैन राइट इट इन पैराग्राफ फॉर्म, बट मेरा ये सजेशन रहेगा कि आप पॉइंट वाइज मैनर में लिखोगे तो ज्यादा बेहतर रहेगा, ठीक है. इवन इफ यहाँ पर पैराग्राफ लिखा हुआ है, बट आप अगर 1 2 3 एंड 4 या 5 पॉइंट डालकर लिखोगे और 3-4 पॉइंट में आप अंडर राइटिंग बता दोगे कि क्या इंश्योरेंस में रोल, तो वो हमेशा बेटर रहेगा एज कंपेयर टू पैराग्राफ फॉर्म, राइट. सो दैट्स हाउ यू कैन अटेम्प्ट दिस आंसर, दैट अंडर राइटिंग इट इज अ क्रिटिकल कंडीशन इन द इंश्योरेंस sector that focuses upon the assessment and evaluation of risk that is involved in insuring the individuals or assets, right? Then you can talk about the different functions that basically it involves using statistical data and personal information so that we can have fair and balanced premiums, right? You can talk about, I would say, risk factors. Basically, we know that different type of risk factors that are there, and underwriting helps us to deal with that, right? So all these kind of things you can write as a part of this answer. Then question number 2, discuss the importance of FDI. अब again यहाँ पर आप पैराग्राफ अवॉइड कीजिए, यहाँ पर आप पॉइंट वाइज लिखिए as we have written over here. Firstly, you can start with, I would say, the introduction, that basically what do you mean by FDI, and then you can talk about FDI in insurance sector, right? So you can talk about that, and then you can talk about, I would say, the importance, that what is the different type of points regarding the importance of FDI in the insurance sector. For example, it will help in the insurance penetration, right? It is going to improve the technology, right? The cost of, I would say, insurance product, it is going to go down as a part of it. Then we will be able to adopt the global best practices. All these different type of points you can discuss as a part of this answer. Then the question number 3, again आप देख सकते हो एक करंट अफेयर बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है ये, बीमा सुगम, right, which is an online marketplace. So you have to explain very briefly on how the customers will benefit from this marketplace. So सबसे पहले आप डिफाइन कर दो यार कि बीमा सुगम क्या होता है. We know it is an online insurance marketplace और इसका एम क्या है, to simplify the process of buying, selling and servicing insurance policies, right? And it also helps in claim settlement. Then you can talk about that how basically customers are benefited as a part of it. So it will improve the convenience, the transparency is going to be there, then the cost effectiveness, then the ease of use and the customer support. तो आप देख सकते हो कि यहाँ पर जो क्वेश्चंस है थोड़े डायनेमिक पूछे जाते हैं, करंट अफेयर बेस्ड भी क्वेश्चन पूछे जा सकते हैं एज अ पार्ट ऑफ योर क्वेश्चंस, राइट? सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट यू नीड टू नो. देन डिस्कस द रोल ऑफ बैंक्स एंड ब्रोकर्स इन इंश्योरेंस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. सो यू कैन सी इट ओवर हियर. अगेन बहुत इजी और बहुत ही स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड क्वेश्चन है. सबसे पहले आप बैंक का रोल बताओ एज अ पार्ट ऑफ बैंक इंश्योरेंस. अब ये एक और क्वेश्चन ऐसा है जो आप यूजुअली इंश्योरेंस या मैनेजमेंट वाले पेपर में पढ़ते हो, ठीक है? तो आई वुड से ये जो इंश्योरेंस का आप सिलेबस उठा के देखोगे वहां पर आपको रोल ऑफ बैंक्स एंड रोल ऑफ ब्रोकर्स मिल जाएगा. बट अगेन ये पूछा क्या है, उन्होंने पूछ लिया पेपर 2 में है बट सिलेबस में पेपर 3 की है, ठीक है? तो इस तरह का इंटरचेंज जो होता है इसके लिए आपको मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड रहना एज अ पार्ट ऑफ, आई वुड से, योर प्रिपरेशन. These type of question they can ask anytime, right? So discuss the role of banks and brokers in insurance distribution. So firstly you can talk about what do you mean by insurance distribution, that it is refers to the methods by which the insurance products reach the different types of customers, right? Then you can talk about the role of banks and you can talk about the role of brokers, right? As a part of role of banks you can talk about banca insurance. As a part of banca insurance, basically the banks and the insurance sector they collaborate in order to provide different type of services, right? So over there the banks basically play the role of banks also. Apart from that it deals with the insurance products and services also, right? And you can talk about the benefits with respect to that. For example, they can use the same customer data to provide different type of services. Then they can cross sell loans and they can improve financial inclusion. Then when the banks is selling different type of bank products, along with that the bank can merge the insurance services also, insurance products also, and they can sell it I would say as a type of single plan, right? So that basically they can provide different type of insurance facility to the customers. Then the brokers also, they can also play very important role. You can write the functions of the brokers. Again, a very specific question has been asked directly from the syllabus, right? So this is something that you need to know. Now if you try to understand the crux, right, if you try to see the learnings that you can take as a part of this paper, the first learning is that if you talk about the insurance paper, इंश्योरेंस पेपर यानी कि जो आपका पेपर 3 है, और ये क्या है आपका ईएसआई इंपैक्टिंग इंश्योरेंस जो कि आपका पेपर 2 है. अगर इन दोनों को आप कंपेयर करोगे ये बहुत ही स्टैटिक पोर्शन होता है, राइट? यहां पर जितने भी आप क्वेश्चन देखोगे, इफ यू सी द एनालिसिस वीडियो, यहां पर आपको जो भी क्वेश्चन दिखेंगे बहुत ही स्टैटिक मिलेंगे. द नेचर ऑफ क्वेश्चन इज, आई वुड से, इज डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द सिलेबस. अगर आपने सिलेबस का हर एक कीवर्ड अच्छे से कवर किया है तो ये आपको करने में कोई मुश्किल नहीं आएगी, ठीक है? यू विल बी एबल टू deal with this paper in a very comfortable manner. But if I talk about ESI impacting insurance, यहां पर आपको करंट अफेयर में फोकस करना होगा. सबसे पहले आपको स्कीम पे फोकस करना है, राइट? दैट हैव बीन ब्रॉट बाय द गवर्नमेंट. उसके बाद आपको जो IRDAI एनुअल रिपोर्ट है उस पर आपको फोकस करना है, बिकॉज यहां से डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आते हैं IRDAI एनुअल रिपोर्ट में से, राइट? दैट कैन बी अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट सोर्स. थर्डली आपको सिलेबस पे आपको फोकस करना है, बिकॉज सिलेबस आपने कवर किया तो ये आपको जो डायनेमिक क्वेश्चन है उसको आंसर करने में भी हेल्पफुल होगा, राइट? सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन डू. बट इसमें करंट अफेयर का अच्छा खासा वेटेज है, तो इन दोनों पेपर के लिए थोड़ी सी सेपरेट अप्रोच चाहिए. ये स्टैटिक है और ये थोड़ा डायनेमिक है, राइट? सो अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू मैनेज योर प्रिपरेशन एज अ पार्ट ऑफ दीज इंडिविजुअल papers. I hope it is clear to you. Now let me also tell you how EduTap can help you as a part of your preparation. So you have to go to this courses section and you can open this IADI Grade A courses, right? And over here, basically you can see that what are the type of courses that we provide. The first is the gold and the second is silver. As a part of gold course, you will be getting the live classes, chapter wise tests, sectional tests, full length tests, solve PYQs, and the weekly mentor talk. And this is the validity for which this course is available. And in order to avail this course, you can use this coupon code also, which is IADI 15, right? This is something that you can go for. And for rest of the details, you can go through our website, and for any query you can also email us through hello@edutap.co.in, right? So that is what you can do. So I hope the video was helpful, and in case of any question or doubt, you can write it in the comment box. Thank you so much and all the best.